The war that was won and still destroyed everything. History tells this story as a victory. The war ended, the enemy surrendered. Peace was signed. But what if winning this war actually guaranteed the next one? What if the moment it ended was the moment everything quietly fell apart? Most people think World War I ended because one side finally lost. Germany was defeated. The Allies won. The fighting stopped. That's the version we're taught. But wars don't really end when the guns go silent. They end when the consequences stop spreading. And in this case, the consequences were just getting started. Because what followed wasn't peace. It was something far more dangerous. A decision that looked reasonable, fair, even. And it poisoned the entire century. After the war, Europe was exhausted. Millions were dead. Cities were destroyed. Economies were broken. So the victors gathered to decide one thing: how do we make sure this never happens again? Their answer was simple: punish the loser. Germany was blamed for the war, not partially, completely. The Treaty of Versailles forced Germany to accept full responsibility. They lost territory. They lost their military. They lost their pride. And they were ordered to pay massive reparations. At the time, this felt justified. Germany had to be weakened, controlled, humbled. But here's the part history often skips. The treaty didn't just punish Germany, it destabilized it. The reparations crushed the German economy. Inflation spiraled out of control. Savings became worthless. People carried money in wheelbarrows just to buy bread. Unemployment exploded. Anger spread faster than facts. And resentment found a target. Because when people lose everything, they don't look for complex explanations. They look for someone to blame. The treaty turned defeat into humiliation, and humiliation into rage. That rage didn't disappear, it waited. While the rest of the world tried to move on, Germany became the perfect breeding ground for extremism. A place where radical ideas didn't sound extreme anymore. They sounded necessary. The most dangerous belief after World War I was that the problem had been solved. Leaders told themselves this was justice, that punishment would equal peace. But peace built on humiliation doesn't hold, it fractures. And into those fractures stepped new movements, new promises, new enemies. Less than 20 years later, the world was at war again. A bigger war, a deadlier war. And it didn't come out of nowhere. It came directly from how the last one ended. World War I didn't just cause World War II. It reshaped borders, created unstable nations, planted conflicts that still exist today. The Middle East, Eastern Europe, global power struggles. All of it traces back to decisions made after a victory. This war was won on paper, but in reality, it set the stage for the bloodiest century in human history. Not because people were evil, but because they believed punishment could replace understanding. The most unsettling part isn't that they got it wrong. It's that at the time, almost everyone thought they were doing the right thing. And that raises an uncomfortable question. If we were there, would we have done anything differently? Or would we have made the exact same mistake?